Good morning and welcome to the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast. I'm Esther.
And I'm Melanie.
And today we're joined by Lisa Kelly, founder of MyApp.ie. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, guys. Great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Lisa, tell us about MyApp.ie.
Thanks. Well, I myself have been involved in marketing for over 20 years, but a good 8 years ago, I discovered mobile apps for small business and just saw how powerful they could be to really help small business reach their customers in an easy way. And ergo, MyApp.ie was formed then. And we've been working with anyone from micro businesses to entrepreneurs to beauty salons, just to help them reach more customers, get more business, help people do, book online, buy online 24/7. And what we love about it is they love it and the customers love it because it's really easy to use. What you have is like a digital intimacy with your customers because your brand icon sits on your clients' phones.
Ooh, digital intimacy. That sounds...
A digital intimacy, indeed.
That's going to be one of the key words I'm going to use to promote this. Digital intimacy.
Are you sure we're going to attract the right audience with that keyword, Melanie?
And what happens is, your brand is always top of mind. Your clients are, they're using their phone all the time. As we know, buyer habits have really changed because, especially with COVID, more and more people have had to pivot online. More businesses have had to pivot online, whether you're a market trader or you're selling anything. Even people doing yoga classes, everyone has gone online. And what the app does is it enables customers to have you top of mind all the time because your icon's sitting on their phone. They click into it and it's like a portal to everything about you online as well. So it makes it really easy for them to access everything about you, whether you want them to look at your social media and follow you on channels, whether you want them to share in a click. So it makes it quite a viral little tool. Whether you want them to buy from you online or book an appointment, it's all there in a button. So it's really easy to use. And also, from you as a business perspective, how it differentiates as well from a website is that you can communicate to your clients through this app as well using push notifications. So you can send messages at any time promoting new offers, new products, or you have a spare slot open if your business is open in a click again. So it's very easy for you to send new messages, new offers to your clients, and they can just see it in a red dot and the message box on their phone.
Okay, I've got to ask some questions here. Okay,
Sure.
I'm the cynic of the two. Okay, now I am, aren't I? And what I would like to know is this kind of thing sounds so expensive and so techy and so fiddly, and what kind of business would suit this? It wouldn't be a startup, surely.
Well, we've had some startups. We've had a lady who pivoted online with her meditation service, Gronya Tor. She created a Still Mind app. So what happened there was she was teaching yoga classes. So she wasn't quite a startup. She's a startup from a technology perspective. She's been teaching her yoga classes to corporates and other people. And they say to her, oh, I just love your meditations. And I just love to be able to listen to you at home. Do you have podcasts? Wherever? Do you imagine you had an app or something? So she came to me and we collaborated, and she had one of the first apps then in Ireland focused on meditation. She made it really simple, literally a few tracks, bite-sized tracks for people to practice at work, and a couple of bite-sized tracks to practice at home, whether you're a starter in meditation or you're more experienced. So it's as easy as that's Gronya is a great example of that, to be able to and we turned that around within a month. It can be done quicker though, and her clients love it because they can listen to Gronya at home, especially now with lockdown. They have Gronya on their phone.
So I don't need to know a great deal of techie stuff at all.
You don't need to know anything. What we do is we have a simple chat, and what I like to do is really listen to you and what your business is about. Where are you struggling? What do you need to do other than your other amazing website and your fabulous social media channels? what else can you do to reach your customers and make life easier for you and for them? And what we do is we create an app with certain features that suits that solution, and help you launch it as well. So it's very easy. The apps that we do are a bit different as well. We are using the latest technology. It's called progressive web app technology. It's essentially apps in the cloud. So what happens is your app is published to a custom URL. So it's www.yourbusiness.app. And when you share that out to launch your app, the users are prompted to save it on their phone. And then your icon, your logo, sits on your customers' phones. And it goes from there. We also publish to Google Play as well. But because we do it from a progressive web app technology, the beauty here is it doesn't take any space on your customers' phones, because that's the problem when people, download brand apps, for want of a better word, for businesses from Apple and Google. They can take anything from 10 to 20 to 30 megabytes on your phone. And nobody has that kind of space anymore, do they? With all their home videos and WhatsApp groups exploding everywhere. So that's the beauty as well about this little marketing tool. So it's almost like, from a business perspective, it's like a little marketing tool in your pocket. And you also get an app, a management app to manage your app. So you can be sending push notifications on the fly. You can open up your phone and go, okay, today we're going to send out an offer, come in at 3:00 and get 50% off, it can be sent in a click. You can schedule those as well. So it's almost like a marketing dashboard for the small business to do.
It's funny you should mention that, seeing as we're called the Monday Morning Marketing Podcast. So.
Yeah.
Good. Let's always talk about marketing.
Yeah, indeed. So it's a great little tool, and also it helps businesses to increase their reviews online as well, because what's built into this technology are triggers. So when customers use the apps, they're triggered to give a positive or a negative review about how was your experience at such and such a business. So they're actually triggered to put a good review on Facebook or Google, or if it's a hospitality business, on TripAdvisor. So that's another cool thing from a marketing perspective, because we all need our reviews, especially online. Everyone needs a lot of good reviews, because we know that's how most people go through the decision-making process, isn't it? So especially if they haven't bought from you before, they're going to Google you, look at the reviews, and then go from there.
So do you think that people need an app instead of a website? Answer very carefully.
Yeah.
No, indeed. No. I think your website's very, very important, because at the end of the day, your website is your shop window to your business, whether you're bricks and mortar or you're a virtual business. What the app is, it's like the next level of connection. It's a deeper connection with your customers, because they bought from you. They are already familiar with you. I'll give you an example here as well. So Your Style, Your Story is a ladies' online boutique, which only launched last year. Sharon Kearns is the owner. So she's using Shopify as her e-commerce website, and it's amazing. She does an awful lot more for her customers as well. She's just launched a podcast about confidence. Her clothing range, by the way, is targeted specifically at working women, busy women who, maybe don't know what to wear the next day. So she gives advice on that online. She has a whole YouTube series on it as well. But what we did for her was create an app that gives more value to her clients. So what the app does, it goes a step further than a website. So what we do is it's like a portal, as I said earlier on. So her clients can click on her logo on their phone, bam, it opens up. They can choose to go into her shop, or we've got some new things on it that the website does not have, which is like an online style consultation for her clients to fill in and upload pictures of themselves if they want to discuss their styles. They'll get back to them then with recommendations, and obviously hope to sell some of the clothes. There's also right size ID technology on there as well, so clients can see how to use that, so they can measure themselves with the clothes that they're looking at on Sharon's site. It links off to her podcast. It has style and inspiration looks. So she's also going to use it for push notifications to send out advice to people what to wear tomorrow or what to wear next week on your Zoom calls. So she'll send that as a push notification with an action that they go into the lookbook to see pictures of what she's talking about. So There's a nice connection. The digital intimacy is there with an app. Not
Is anybody else's brains just going, how can I get an app? What do I need an app for?
I'm honestly thinking, I'm thinking exactly the same. I had no idea it had that capability.
Cool. Yeah, I just think they're amazing. I suppose it's just sometimes it can be a challenge just to kind of express that and communicate that. So I suppose by telling stories, talking about my clients and what we're doing for them, that kind of helps illustrate the whole thing. And when I was talking there on Tuesday rather, at the Women's Inspire conference, I was talking about that and talking about some of my clients and how we've helped them pivot online. There's actually another client of mine who'd be lost without her app. Her name is Jennifer from Vanity Rooms. She's had to go into lockdown again because of level 5 restrictions. What we did for her during the first lockdown was we were having the chats, and she said the only way she can make money is trying to sell a few beauty products through Facebook and Instagram, whatever. But she was kind of inundated with all the messages, and it was great. People wanted to buy from her, but she just found it hard to manage all that. So I said, why don't we upgrade your app? She had an app with me already where people could book for their treatments online. So I said, why don't we just build you a shop? So we did, and she made a couple of grand to help her get through that lockdown. And then since then, we've been working on expanding the shop. So her shop is now fully fledged. We're putting Christmas gift sets up this week and everything. So she can start, although she's closed, she's still got an income line coming through as well from her app shop. And also there's another skin consultation online form on it too, which is monetized. So that's another revenue line for her. And thirdly, we have online gift vouchers as well. So although she's closed, she's protected herself using her app to enable those income streams as well.
So for those who are suffering during COVID and lockdown and more restrictions, etc., can they afford an app?
Absolutely. So traditionally apps are mega money. App developers can cost anything from 500 to $2,000 a day, depending on what's needed.
A day?
Apps, yes. So apps, if they're built from the ground up, they can be anything from 20,000 for a very basic app to 100,000, which is crazy. But our apps, because we're using a special progressive web app platform, our apps are really easy and affordable for any business. We have a new app estimator on our website, actually, that we might share a link with later. But they range anything from 500 or 600 euros up to maybe 2,000 or 3,000 euros, depending on how much content and what capability you want in there. And thereafter, we have a monthly plan. The monthly plan is a maintenance plan, which makes sure your app is always, the latest version. It's fully secure with its SSL certificate. It has any new technology updates that are coming down the pipeline. You will receive those. You also have access to your dashboard for sending out, as we talked about earlier on, the push notifications. You can do that anytime you want without any text message charges. And you have a full analytics dashboard as well. You can also do one-to-one communications to very active clients as well. So you might see that a client is sharing the app online, or they're tweeting about it, whatever. There's some analytics about that in the dashboard. So you can always send them a one-to-one special notification with a special offer or a special thank you. You might be using a mailing list with birthday, so you might send them birthday messages, and so it's very good value. And the monthly plans basically are €69.99 a month plus VAT, or if we publish to Google as well, that's just slightly higher because it's €99 a month plus VAT, purely because there's a lot more work involved with Google as a Play Store. We have to be constantly doing coding updates and whatnot to make it, keep it relevant for Google.
My head is just wrecked.
Right. Let's talk about last week. You said you were on Women's Inspire Network conference.
So
How
was
can
she.
people? I know, so was I.
She spoke as well.
I did. Melanie watched.
I did.
Because you spoke at the last one.
I did.
But how can people listen back to that, to us, Lisa, to you and me? I was only going to talk about Lisa, but
Yeah, well, if you become a member of the Women's Inspire Network, I suppose that's going to give you some support for the rest of the year as well. That's only €20 a month to join the Women's Inspire Network, where you get amazing, lots of free training and webinars, etc. But I believe we'll also have a lot of access to the highlights of this particular conference, where you'll get tips and tricks from not just myself, from Esther on how to lead with your website, to Grania, who was speaking from Douglas Law about how to protect your business, especially now everyone's gone online. You need to keep your terms and conditions up to date, and your privacy policy is critical. And we also had Alison Angram and Ted Rubin and so many incredible speakers. It was brilliant. But that's how you can get access.
Brilliant. Okay. Any other questions, Melanie, or is your head just completely spinning?
Well, it was moderately melted there, but is this something that you can actually claim for in like trading online vouchers or business continuity vouchers as well?
That's a great question. Absolutely. And in fairness, I've done about 5 or 6 projects recently that were specifically around the trading online vouchers. So what some clients did was, say they already had a website, they decided to get an app to complement their website. So we were working with them to create those, like Your Style, Your Story would be an example of that, of the online boutique. And there's a couple of other beauty salons I'm in the process of building their apps for them as well to complement their websites. One lady's actually doing a website and an app with us as well.
Can you work with people internationally as well? Because I know we're just kind of sorting out our Republic of Ireland audience there, but we do have an actual international audience, Lisa. So could you help that way?
Absolutely. I'm speaking with 2 lovely ladies in Canada at the moment. It was a referral from Elaine Lindsay, who's also part of the Women's Inspire Network. Elaine spoke about SEO. She's amazing. Expert about that. But yeah, I'm speaking to 2 ladies in Canada regarding their equestrian meditation business as well. So we're looking at maybe doing an app for them. So yes.
So there's really no limit. There's no, like, would you say that such and such a business or this industry does not need an app or would not work on an app? Are there any that are sort of exempt from needing an
prison
app?
service?
Not necessarily, because I think your imagination is your only limit. Like even down to, like, I'm speaking to this financial advisor I've been talking to recently, and he has an incredible website. He's an active podcaster as well, but it's not really, and you can't really see that when you go onto his website. You can't really see all that. You're just kind of bamboozled by all the text. So we're looking at creating an app for him as well, where it's simple little buttons. He can give this as a value add thing for his clients. So it'll be maybe a gateway to the investment portals, the pension portals in a click, because otherwise you're given these things, you don't know what's that company called again, but just it brands it within him. It's amazing.
That's great. Well, Lisa, I mean, I think Melanie's just stupefied at the minute. She just can't talk. But it has been wonderful to have you on. And we know this is your first podcast, and I'm sure it won't be your last. And
we went pop.
And it's just been a mine of information. People can find you at
www.MyApp.ie.
And it's a beautiful website, I have to say. Not biased at all. I'm not biased. I mean, we made it, but yes.
You didn't do that one as well, did you?
We did, yes.
Oh my goodness.
They do all the best ones. They do all the best ones, don't you? I create group rules.
Everybody knows it. Well, thank you so much, Lisa, for being with us today. And thank you.
Thank you, Sue. That was great.
It was so nice to get some true background information on how anybody can get an app. So thank you so much for speaking to us today.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back next week, guys, with more podcasts. I don't know what we're even talking about next week. My mind's blown as well. But join us next week and we'll have more information for you on your marketing. Goodbye until then.
Bye.